What's up, everybody? Ben Reza here for Chopper. Good morning. Happy Monday, November 18th in the sports world. You know what that means? It means it's Monday Night Football. We just got through a wild Sunday, and we are tasked with putting a single bet on the board for the purposes of this video. Hopefully, that is why you're here. Maybe you just found us randomly. Take a few seconds, look around the channel, see what kind of content we are delivering, and if you like it, stick around. If you want to support me, just press the like button. It helps out. It takes 2 seconds. All of it is really, really good stuff. Good stuff. Buffalo Bills. That is good stuff. Yesterday, slayed the dragon, knocked off the Kansas City Chiefs. We're on a roll on this video. Again, when you're giving out one pick and one pick only, you're going to have hot streaks, cold streaks. The variance is incredibly high, but let's enjoy it while things are rolling smoothly. Hopefully, you guys have been tailing. And speaking of tailing, speaking of tails, speaking of our marketplace, if you have not seen it and checked it out, honestly, give it a shot. I say this every time on this video because I really believe it. If you're looking for the ability to have a conversation, to be able to ask questions, to be able to get notifications sent right to your device, this is the spot for you. I'm going to bring up the information real quick so you have it, and then we'll move on to our play. That is the code. Those are the prices. That is the information. It's Discord. It's the app. It's everything that we've got going on here. It's just more access. That's what I've always envisioned. The ability to say, hey, I'm in this pool at work. Hey, I have a boost for tonight in this game. Do you mind taking a look? And not just from me, from the entire community and all the great people we have in there. It's a growing nucleus of us, for lack of a better word. It's just a really fun time. Come see for yourself. If you've been bouncing around and you've seen all this stuff on Twitter, blah, 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 come get tied down in a home, in a community. No toxicity, just good stuff. Hopefully, it will be worth your while. Get to it. Let's get to it. You may think I'm going to Monday Night Football. That would be not true. I'm getting real greasy in the college basketball streets. No one, and I mean no one in their right mind is honing in on this. But that's why I guess I'm me. McNeese State -4 tonight at -110 on Caesars. This line has moved a little bit. It's one of the many reasons you want to be in Discord so you get first crack at it. But let's see where it is currently. There's a 4.5 at -105 out there. That is fine. 5.5, that's going to be in a no-go range. These points add up quickly. If you can find better than 5, even if you're getting 5, I think that's the top of the range. But let's talk about this and why I like McNeese State tonight. So it's a couple games into college basketball. Let's not get crazy. But we start to get some data and we start to get some information on these teams. And so far, early returns for North Texas, very, very positive. They're 3-0 on the season, and it hasn't been completely made up schools. One of them was, their name was Wayland. That's nothing, but Evansville, and you go to the barn in Minnesota and you win 54-51. That's indicative of what they do. This team plays at the, I don't know, there may be a couple teams slower in terms of tempo, but they're in the bottom couple. North Texas absolutely crawls. With that, obviously, their defensive metrics look really good, but you have to splice it out per possession because if you look at aggregate, of course it looks good. There's just so few possessions. And right now, they are doing what they can. It's always a risk when your entire lineup is transfer heavy, but it's gelled for them so far. I have to give them credit. The transfers they brought in from across the country, they look pretty good. North Texas is a good team. Now, being a good team, we'll see. McNeese State is a good team too. And you got to go on the road here. It's down in Lake Charles. McNeese State has had a different start to the year. They're 1-2. They beat a biblical studies school. Obviously, that's not a D1 school. They lost to South Dakota State up there. Then they played Alabama, and they lost. And they played hard, but they just lost because they lost to a better team. McNeese State is a very, very interesting case study so far. One, they also are transfer heavy, and I'm not saying it hasn't gelled, but early returns are not as promising. I'm certainly sure they didn't expect to be 1-2 on the year, but this team returned a lot more production than we anticipated in terms of what North Texas had. And you look at them so far, what do we know? Well, got to play a little better defense. They're outside the top 300 in a lot of defensive categories. Some of that, though, is probably because you played Alabama. And when you play Alabama, that's the kind of stuff that happens. Not to mention the game was in Tuscaloosa. So just a tough game. They lost by 8 points. And in that game, they were pretty competitive. They just got kind of hammered really at the free throw line a little bit. They didn't shoot a great clip. They were sub 30% from three, sub 40% from the field. They simply need to play better. That's the thing. And it's a tough evaluation in the sense that what's there to say you're 3 games into a season and one of yours was a 60-point win and the other 2 were losses. I'm macro buying. This is what I do early in college basketball. I like McNeese State in general. This is a team I wanted to buy. I resisted against a couple of opponents so far. This is a great spot to jump on. You're back at home against a North Texas team, high variance style. McNeese State will be able to score. And if they can up the tempo even a little bit and force North Texas out of this shell, we're going to be just fine. Give me the Cowboys tonight. That was a long-winded explanation. That's what you get when you're talking about these weird teams. McNeese State, -5 or better. Count me in. They will look good tonight. If you have any questions on anything, at JazzRazBets on Twitter, of course, I am there. And one last call out again. I hope to see you guys in there. And if you do, the link is below. Use that code. Make sure you save yourself a bunch of money. I don't want this to be something that is crazy. It's supposed to be just a nice add-on to you guys, and hopefully something that you find very beneficial. Let's keep the run going, and that starts with McNeese State tonight. For me, for the Cowboys, and I guess for North Texas, enjoy your Monday. Enjoy Monday Night Football as well. Let's keep cashing.